In the last video, we discussed qualitative and quantitative UX research and the difference between them, and also which one is better. In this video, we will briefly cover different UX research methods and explain which one suits best in your case at the end of the lesson. This lesson is the 6th lesson out of the 8th part to explain user experience research. Welcome to After defining your goals and planning your research, it's time to choose the research technique that will best serve the project's goals and yield the right results. In this chapter, we walk you through the most common research methods and help you choose the right one. What are UX research methods? UX research methods are different ways of generating insights about your users, their behaviors, motivations, and needs. You can use various UX research methods to identify challenges and opportunities to improve the user experience. Some of them are surveys, user interviews, cart sorting, focus group, usability testing, and more. The tricky question is how to choose the right user experience research method. The solution is simple. Just ask yourself what problem you are trying to solve and what type of data you need to collect. Now you know the outcome. Work backwards in choosing a solution to achieve it. A few additional points to consider are: what is the goal of the research? What is the stage that you are at in the design process? Do you have available resources? This includes budget. Does the timeline support the research methodology? What do you already know and want to be re-verified? While carrying out research in a tight timeline bound product scenario, we ask, what do we already know? What still needs to be discovered? Is it a new feature or is this an existing feature we want to improve? Let's know more about most common UX research methods. Out of the various research methods available, we are highlighting the top techniques you need to know when researching this chart. We covered various research methods in our previous chapter. We can check a detailed version for user interviews, field studies, surveys, usability testing, etc. in the last 4 chapters. The link to the playlist is attached above and in the description. Let's quickly touch on some which are not covered in previous chapters. But before that, press the like button to please the YouTube algorithm. Please share this video and subscribe to our channel. Help design community now. Focus groups. A focus group is a qualitative research method that includes the study of a group of people, their beliefs and opinions, usually from market research or gathering feedback on products, messaging, etc. This can be carried out in face-to-face meetings as well as remotely through video conferencing tools. In a typical focus group, a moderator guides 6 to 9 participants through the discussion. A session typically lasts about 2 hours. The quality of the data collected through focus group is only as robust as the participation. So, be prepared before carrying out a focus group discussion. Here's how to prepare for focus group discussion. Understand the goals of your focus group and come up with the questions that will get you the response you need. Write a script for the topic you want to discuss during the session. Ask specific questions. Make sure your questions are clear, open-ended and focused on the topics you are trying to learn about. Include the right amount of participants. Around 5 to 10 participants are recommended to keep the session focused and organized. Focus group can help you better grasp how does the user perceive your product, what users believe are a product's most important features, what problems do users experience with the product. Diary studies. A diary study helps you tell the story of how products and services fit into people's daily lives and the touch points and channels they choose to complete their tasks. This research method includes getting users to keep logs or diaries, take photos, explain their activities and highlight things that stood out of them. A diary study helps you tell the story of how products or services fit into people's daily lives and the touch point and channels they choose to complete their tasks. When planning a structured diary research, you need to determine the trigger, which is the signal that lets the participant know when they should log their feedback in their respective diaries. Make sure to communicate the trigger to participants in advance. Some of the key triggers are as follows. Interval contingent trigger. Participants fill out the diary at specific intervals such as 1 entry per day or 1 entry per week. Signal contingent triggers. You tell the participants when to make an entry and how you would prefer them to communicate it to you, as well as your preferred time of communication. Event contingent trigger. The participant make an entry whenever a defined event occurs. The feedback you get from a diary study will provide behavioral insights and help you develop a rich understanding of the participants' context and environment. During the study, it's important to be available to participants for any questions they might have. Tree testing. Tree testing is a research method that helps you evaluate the hierarchy and findability of topics in an app or website. The data collected from a tree test helps you understand where users intuitively navigate first and is an effective way to assess the findability, labeling, and information architecture of a website or app. During tree testing, only the text version of the site is given to the participants who are asked to complete a series of tasks to locate items on a site or application. It's recommended that you keep this session short, ranging from 15 to 20 minutes, and ask participants to complete no more than 10 tasks. To get started with the tree testing session, you will need to define the tree structure, create goal-based tasks, conduct pilot tests with your team, select the participants. Tree testing is meant to help you test how the navigation performs with users. 5-second testing. 5-second testing is a UX research method in which participants are given 5 seconds to view an image such as a design or web page, and then they ask questions about the design to gauge their first impression. So why 5 seconds? According to data, 55% of visitors spend less than 15 seconds on a website, so grabbing at someone's attention in that first few seconds of the visit is essential. With a 5-second test, you can quickly determine what information users perceive and what impressions they have during the first 5 seconds of viewing a design. The research will help you determine if your messaging is effective or if you need to adjust it based on the feedback collected. And to conclude, user research methods vary and one common method doesn't fit every use case. As stated, we need to work backwards with problem statement in mind, looking at our available timelines and resources, and then use optimal research methods to make sure we achieve our desired goal. If this lesson was interesting and it provided you value, don't forget to like and share. This is the 6th chapter of 8 in the series, so do subscribe for further updates and don't forget to press the bell icon.